Welcome back. You're watching Young Turks. It's time now to go across to Delano D'Souza in Mumbai. He's got with him a young achiever who's helping corporates dress up their interiors.
Hi Shireen, on the show from Mumbai this week we meet Nina Tipnis, an architect with an eye for corporate design. Let's go across and meet him on Young Turks. Nina Tipnis is an architect who likes to work under pressure. After completing his studies in architectural design, Nina joined his father's company, but soon he started looking for more. Spotting potential in the corporate interiors market, he borrowed money from his father to start his own venture, JTCPL Interiors.
See, my father was my ideal right from the beginning. I've seen, as I grew, I saw him practice as an architect.
Yeah.
From a young age itself, I was, used to the glamour which was associated with architecture, So that is what predominantly got me into architecture. Then in 1992, I started, working with my father. I joined his firm.
Yeah.
That was 2 years before I became an architect. And then I continued with him.
What was it about corporate interiors that excited you?
When I was with my father, I was working on a very interesting mix of projects, predominantly civil in nature.
Yeah.
So we had buildings, we had industrial houses, what have you, and there was a fair sprinkling of interior projects as well.
Yeah.
But then the sector didn't appeal to me. Also the need for speed. I've been fascinated with speed right from the beginning.
Yeah.
So when you look at interior fit outs and specifically corporate interiors,
Yeah.
There is speed associated with it, which got me fascinated to begin with.
Okay, but why decide to separate totally and do your own thing? Because it is very risky in terms of just solely doing corporate interiors, don't you think?
After a stint with my father, I saw that I was more inclined or more interested towards corporate interiors.
Yeah.
Or interiors in general.
Yeah.
So I just thought of pursuing something which I liked more. When you do something you like more, however cliched it may sound, but you're not working anymore.
With technology picking up and blueprints becoming a thing of the past, software such as AutoCAD has made an architect's work simpler. This allows Nina to work with clients ranging from BPOs to banks. Nina keeps her desires for design in check, separating the practical from the trendy.
Trendy is a very relative term. What may be trendy for a bank or a financial institution need not be trendy for a BPO.
Yeah.
So we take it one project at a time, one requirement at a time. And yes, they are willing to be trendy. When you come to BPOs or KPOs or fit outs which focus more on a 18 to 28 kind of age group,
yeah,
they don't mind experimenting with colors.
So are you the one suggesting these things, or do they come to you and say what?
We would like to believe that color evolution and all that is always interesting when you do it with the client.
Yeah.
So it pretty much solves our purpose also when we involve the client at various stages and we evolve these things.
Do your clients just want offices that look nice, or does it go a step further than that? Do they actually want you to conserve energy, maybe you to maximize space utilization? Are these factors that they actually consider?
Yes, in fact good looking offices is just the first layer.
Yeah.
And when you look at the corporate sector, there is a lot which goes into the evolution of an office. You have processes, you have techniques, calculations, tracking sheets, what have you. In more often than not, you see project management consultants being involved in the project along with us.
Yeah.
So there are all these kind of things also involved.
And how many clients do you take on at one particular point of time?
There is no threshold as such.
Yeah.
It depends on the nature of the project, the amount of man hours it involves, so on and so forth.
Do you have a team of 15?
Yes, that's right. We are currently a team of 15 dedicated to corporate interiors. We also do financial institutions like I told you earlier.
Okay. And with corporate interiors, I'm sure if with all your clients, you have strict deadlines to meet.
Oh, absolutely.
What is that like? Do you like working under pressure?
Absolutely. In fact, we thrive under pressure.
And what about your team? How do you plan on expanding the business? Because right now I know you're focused in Bombay, but what about taking the business to a more pan-Indian sort of
That's right.
scale?
As we speak, we are looking at channel partners, we are looking at strategic alliances who will allow us to have a pan-India footprint. Yes, we focus predominantly in Mumbai as we are currently working, but we intend to go pan-India. Currently we are working, but it's mainly a repeat job. When a client is satisfied with our services in Mumbai, they take us to Delhi, Hyderabad, Bangalore, or maybe even remote areas.
And how do you balance your work, the work-life balance? Because that's very important, and you have a lot of deadlines to meet. How do you manage your personal life from this? Because obviously you don't have timings. I mean, you have strict deadlines. You have months to complete projects. I mean, you yourself were telling me 100,000 square foot building project is to complete that in a year is now the norm, whereas before it was unheard of. So how do you manage that?
See, with the corporate interior scenario, it pretty much rubs down on your personal life as well. So we need to have a very slotted kind of routine.
An avid yoga fan, Ninad indulges in his daily yoga routine to keep the stress from getting to his head. His focus remains taking the business pan-Indian.
Well, we wish Ninad the very best of luck. Time for us to head into a break, but when we return, Malika Menon and her out-of-the-box young achiever.